got sore throat since yesterday. Oh. Please appear your face. We want to take attendance. Okay, take attendance. Oh, okay. So later after this attendance, we will start the class. Today is a new topic. Then after that, I will give you a summary of the previous assignment, the practice assignment. Okay. Then the new so-called new assignment for yesterday lesson, right? The project control theory, right? Cost control theory. Oh. So tomorrow you will stay in the classroom and do your project. I have 3 questions set up for you. I will pass it to Miss Ma, and Miss Ma will send to you. All right? Okay?
Okay, sir.
So again, one more time, good morning to every one of you. Okay? So you are going through this module, management principle and practice. Today, new subject will be on management principle. So management principle is very clear, all right, in terms of managing the people, in terms of allocation of job responsibility, in terms of meeting the target of the management, all right. So the topic here covered today will be on management function, the role of a management as an umbrella activity. That means overall management. In today's function, they always get, top management will decide. Top management will decide. What does it mean? It means that the higher level, the CEO or the director or the GM will decide whatever it is. So these are the people that oversee the whole company activity. They will tell you not to do this, to do that, etc., etc. All right. And they will also review the internal and external environment of the organization and make a decision to support the environment. Okay? Multiple relationship with organization. Hello, can you please keep quiet? Hello? Okay. Coordinating and controlling activity, right? And last one is leadership and motivation and group. Okay, we'll talk about all this in this paper. Okay, what's your management function here? You say about planning. Okay, planning is what you want to do, want to achieve, right? For the future, not now. Currently, you want to do the planning. Your organization say, okay, they have this project. They want to do planning to achieve the top objective that they want, right? This is where planning is all about. And in anything in organization, you must have a planning system, okay, to make sure that the whole system is functioning, is properly set up. People understand what is your plan, what is your objective, and etc. Okay. Come to organizing is you organize, for example, a production department, procurement department, purchasing department. What should they do? the organization structure of a department. What should they do? What are the things they to achieve? All right, this is called organizing. Staffing, that means the number of people you need to put in a department. Okay, depend on the needs of the department and how big is the department. Okay, directing. Okay, involved in guiding and leading subordinate. Subordinate learn the organization structure and inter-department relationship of activity and personality. This is where you provide the direction, you provide the leadership, how to manage, how to operate a department, right? And finally, control. Whatever you need to control, you control. You set out your objective, the money spent, whether you achieve the objective. If not, then you have to redo the whole thing again. Then controlling is to ensure that the people do the correct thing, and if not correct, have to redo again, restructure the whole thing if necessary. This is where control come in. All right. As Peter Drucker said, okay, good organization structure of itself will not ensure good performance. Capable, well-motivated people are needed to make the organization function. All right. So that means to say is your company, various departments have a good quality people. That means to say they are capable. They study until MBA. All those people are very well qualified. But they work in a company, they are not motivated. Okay, they are not so-called contribute the commitment, the positive commitment to the organization. The whole company will not function, right? So a poor organization structure make good performance impossible, no matter how good the individual manager may be. That means the organization structure that you develop must support the company objective, must work together as a team, and the leadership, that means the manager, must lead the way that employee feel that he's a good manager, he's empathy, show empathy to the people that can help them grow their potential, right? Improved organization structure will be always the case, all right? So you have an organization structure that too many people working for that department, too little job, too many people, it will not improve the situation. So you must organize such a way that the structure will be just enough for the job output, right? Organization structure, organization require control and coordination. That is very important. A company who lack of these two items, coordination and control, it basically cannot function. Okay, take note of that. Okay. Organization have a planned formal structure or skeleton which provide a basis for manager action. Okay, take note of that. In short, the layout of various parts of the organization and how they relate. Okay, it provides a description for the job in the structure and then how the position relate to those jobs are coordinated. Hierarchical relationship of authority are shown in the structure. Okay, organization structure is planned in order to meet the goal of the organization. Okay, take note. So you develop an organization structure for your company, for your department, must be optimum, enough manpower, okay, to do the job. And the people must be qualified in terms of knowledge, in terms of experience, so that the organization structure can function properly. Okay, and on top of that, you must have a procedure system that allow the employee to understand within the organization how do they contribute to the growth of the department or the company. Take note. Okay, the diagram illustrate the formal structure. That means to say there is a proper coordination, proper control, proper way of reporting, and also instructional skill or instructional to the people, right? Charts are usually drawn, as you all know, the organization's chart is always a must for any organization. It could be simpler, but not so complicated, okay? Charts are given detail, like of authority, staff relationship, and all this, okay, and detailed job carry out. So the organization structure gives you the indication of production engineer, what should he do, the authority, the job description, all these things. Then what is the role in that department that is in charge of, okay? So there are two types, vertical specialization and horizontal, okay? Vertical specialization refers to the hierarchical structure of authority. Horizontal is a different function within the level of hierarchy, all right? Vertical is the boss, the subordinate report to the boss. Horizontal is same level, but they communicate and collaborate to get the job done, all right? The diagram that are illustrated, okay, the formal structure of an organization, right? So this one already done, okay, like this one, for example, okay? Account will take care of account. Front desk will take care of front desk manager. The operation manager will take care of this and this. So it's a separate function, and all these people will report to the CEO or the GM, right? Okay. Horizontal specialization tasks take one of the three forms: functional, divisional, or matrix. Okay. As we all discussed in the project site already, the metric and the functional, all these things. Or division will be a bigger department, right? Okay, source of authority. In the organization chart, authority is the key to the management. So when you are an employee, you join a company, all you want to know is, where is the organization chart? Who do I report to? What is my role and responsibility? So all these things is stated in the organization chart, complement with the job description that you are given the day that you join a company. Okay. Sometimes it's the power of influence behavior of the action. Okay. Power implies force. Right. So you must know who your boss, who your working colleague, who your subordinate. Right. And this is where your organization structure help you on this knowledge. Okay. And your responsibility as well. Right. So on the role that the organization state there, okay, the GM, then the production manager, and the production manager is the one responsible for the effectiveness and efficiency of a production department. And he have production engineer, he have production supervisor, he have production technician. Okay, they are all the level that reported to him. That is his responsibility and his authority to direct the production to work effectively and efficiently. All right, take note. Okay, social responsibility is part and parcel of a manager, okay, to do the job for the good of the people, of your employee, for the good of the company, because company recognize, right, you may have some social problem, company try to help you. That is where your so-called your empathy of a company is coming in, to help the worker to understand their job and also to resolve their personal problem in the workplace, at home, where you have a problem in your family, whatever it is, you try to help, okay, as a manager. So this is a social responsibility. Call for is a interpersonal relationship. As a manager, you must know your social responsibility role, and this role call for that you have the interpersonal relationship with your people, with the organization. Okay, take note. Okay, ethic and morale. So ethic refers to the high standard of professional conduct. Ethic is a collective term of principle of personal conduct are grounded on the moral standard. Morale can refer to generally accepted custom or practices. Okay. So what is morale is in one society may be immoral in another area. So depend on the company definition. All right. So ethic behavior is very important in any organization. So the way that you do things must be in accordance to company procedure, must be in accordance to the standard practice in the market. When you do quality check, the quality standard must be written black and white so that you can follow the standard. That is a ethical policy that you have to follow. Right? K4 class environment constraint. External, there is education, social, cultural, legal, and political constraint, and economic constraint. Let's look at it. Education constraint in today's world, in Singapore especially, most of them, most of the employee, okay, the worker level, minimum they must have a diploma. Singaporean is mostly all diploma and above. There is a literacy level. Okay, then you will enter the workforce. Then the training that you go through, the diploma in electrical, mechanical, etc. Okay, and education match the requirement. So depend on the company setup. The company require an engineer. What type of engineer? Then you have to look for all this to release your constraint in the company so that the company can function in a proper directive. Okay. Social cultural constraint, general attitude of the society towards manager, dominant view of authority and subordinate, extent to which cooperation between various groups, and extent of non-union management cooperation and view of achievement and work. So the social cultural is very important part and parcel of an employee, right? So the general attitude toward the company, right, must be very positive. If negative, the company will ask you to go, right? So you must assess yourself, then you fit into the social culture of a company. Say in a company you join, the company don't allow you to come late every day. Okay, that is your social and cultural behavior. So let's say you work 9 o'clock, you every day come 9:30. Okay, in no time your manager will ask you to go. Right, that is the behavior, the social norm of a company. You must take note of that. Okay, the dominant view of authority, that means the subordinate. That means to say the manager must win the respect of the subordinate. The subordinate must understand he is your manager, so you must give him the authority, rather give him the respect as being the manager to supervise, to control you. Okay, the extent to which cooperation between various groups. Okay, manager have the full authority into managing the department function so that they can cooperate with all the people to get the job done. Okay, union is another one. Singapore union is not so strong, but there is a union here. But basically Singapore is quite safe in terms of union protests and all this, right? Then achievement, and the way that the view of achievement is you work hard, you will get higher salary or you have better increment if you can achieve something from your KPI and you always listen to your boss. Okay. These are legal, political constraints, are all the rules and regulation like MOM, immigration law. You have to follow the law, all these things. If you don't follow, you get caught, finish. Okay, example. Economics, yes, there is. Okay, we are very competitive world. So you set up a company, let's say you work a company, you must know where you stand in order to make yourself very competitive and you can earn your income. So the competitiveness, you yourself must evaluate how to make yourself as far as possible needed by the company instead of you need the company. Okay, that means to say you have to promote yourself, be more inquisitive, be more participative in the management, so that your boss recognize you, so you will not be retrenched in case of manpower reduction. Okay, and of course the monetary supply, your salary, everything, take into consideration of the inflation or in the cost of living, etc. So tax and boom, all these things I leave it to you. Okay. Okay, analyzing competitive management. Okay, we talk about a company, not by yourself. All right. So external constraint that is coming in, competitiveness, especially today, Singapore, so many is so expensive. So the boss have to decide whether to increase your salary or to maximize the production so that you get more increment. All right. So this is where you have to look at it. The company have to look at it. Then you say that element of management control process. So you have the external constraint, you affect the element here, you adjust and tune to what the external constraint, you rectify it, then you have an effectiveness of managerial position. And finally, your instruction to the people, they understand what it's all about, then become very efficient. Okay, take note. Okay, coordination. Coordination is very important in any organization, all right? So it's a separate function of manager, but it's part of the managerial function, right? This is regarded as an ascent of managerialship for achievement of harmony of individual effort toward the accomplishment of goal, group goal. Each of the manager function is an exercise of coordination, right? So what you say here is basically, as a manager, you must have the skill to talk, to present, to convince people, and this all add up to become a coordination effort, okay, by the manager. So he's the manager able to what they call, to coordinate various function, various duty among the department. That is very good, and you can achieve your goal and objective, right? Leadership also is an important one. Okay, leadership here, he say that associated with motivation, influence, providing good example, and giving direction. Leadership can be seen as an attribute of an organization, for example, GM. Leadership pertains to people, it occurs between people. Leadership is a process, behavior process in which one person attempts to influence others towards the accomplishment of goal, of course. Right? So what they say here is leadership. As a manager, you must show the type of leadership that within the organization want. Right? So what the organization want, you as a manager, you join the company, you must understand the people behavior, you must understand the work procedures, you must understand each and every one of the job description, you must understand the cost management, you must understand how the coordination going to be done, and you must understand the behavior aspect, the cultural diversity of the people in the company, so that by understanding all these things, you can create your own leadership to motivate people to achieve the goal that the company want. All right, take note. Okay, relevant leadership for manager is one, leadership is important for manager. Of course, okay, no leadership, a company cannot function, right? Oh, it's a practice of management. Okay, this is where they decide what action to be taken. Leadership also translate from plan and idea into motivated to accomplish those plans. That means whatever plan they have, they will initiate the implementation and will initiate the outcome of the result, right? So leadership is the ability, okay, to persuade others to seek define objective enthusiastically, right? So the boss, the leader, the manager must be on the front where he lead all the department manager or other department people how to achieve the goal enthusiastically. You don't, the manager come in, the leadership come in, just sit down at the office, don't do anything. That is not the leadership, right? Oh. Okay. So leadership in management, given guideline for what is to be done, getting people to cooperate, supplying the energy needed to reach the goal. Leadership implies the power to issue order in the organization, right? So under the company policy, right, a leader is given the authority, okay, the authority to create procedure for the worker to follow. That means to say a set of guidelines, what the people need to do, okay? And we also have the authority to seek people cooperation, okay? So he also have the authority to issue, okay, to incur costs so that the objective can be reached, right? So all in all, leadership, it implies the power. You have the power to run the organization, okay? That's all. Some good characteristic of a leader, you can see all this: open, extrovert, sensitive, etc., etc. Okay, this one I leave it to you to read. Okay, cognitive is very important. Okay, cognitive is called mental capacity. So as a person, you as a manager, he must have a cognitive so-called capacity so that he can analyze the event, analyze the problem occur, how to solve the problem, and define the strategy, the structure to achieve the objective that the company want. Define operative goal. That means what are the goals to achieve for each and individual person in the organization. So mental capacity for a leadership is very important. Okay, if you don't have the experience, don't have the knowledge, you can't be a leader. Okay, effective is the one that is a manager that exhibit in terms of human relationship, human feeling, human attitude and behavior. And this is very important also. So a manager must have a human touch element. Okay, with this human touch, he can function the whole department very good. Okay, you don't come across, I ever come across a manager, he only talk about work, other things he don't talk. If you have problem to see him, he asks you, go out, I don't want to talk to you. Okay, this type of people is no good. A manager cannot become like that. Okay, so leadership behavior can be supportive, directive, participative, and achievement-oriented leadership. Okay, all these things you go and learn. Okay, you must be supportive of what the company do and support your staff to achieve the target. Okay, directives, you must know how to direct at the time where they have problem, how to solve their problem when the direction come to you, right? Participative is you inculcate that type of group behavior, group target, okay? And end of the day is your KPI, key performance index. That is achievement-oriented leadership. Okay, so role of a top leader, you must have interpersonal role, you must have information role. That means whatever inside the company, what happened, you can feedback to the people. Directional decision role also, they are the negotiator, they are the entrepreneurship. So a manager is not only manage people, other role he have to play. All right. Okay. Trait and skill. Okay, the trait: adaptable to situation, assertive, cooperative, decisive, and dependent, dominant, energetic, persistent, and self-confident. Okay, this is your inborn so-called knowledge or skill that you want to have as a leader. That means you are adaptable to any environment. You are very assertive. When your decision make already, you make sure that you assert the kind of authority that your staff follow your instruction. Okay, whatever you do, you explain, you must have a self-confidence. That means to say you must be knowledgeable. Otherwise, you explain to your staff, the staff will start laughing. Well, my boss don't know how to explain. Okay, take note. Skill, intelligent, diplomatic, communicative, this one I leave it to you. Persuasive and socially skilled. You see, to become a leader is not easy. All right. You see, Prime Minister Modi in India, how can he manage 1.3 billion people? He have all this skill. Okay, he know how to turn black to white, white to black. Okay, these are the leader, the trait and the skill of a leader. Okay, take note. Process of control. Okay, the managerial function of controlling is a measurement and control, correction of a performance of activity of a subordinate in order to make sure the enterprise objective and plan devised to attain them. Okay, that means your function as a manager, you must monitor, you must implement whatever policy the company have. You must ensure that they carry out the right way and the right skill to accomplish the company objective. So a manager function basically in control is this way. So you must constantly communicate with the people, okay, to understand the situation, to rectify the situation, finally give a tap on the shoulder of your employee that they have to do a good job. Okay. Basic control, establish standard. Okay. So, for example, you set a standard, what you want to achieve, measuring the performance against standard, and correcting deviation from standard plan. Okay. And this is quite clear. Okay. When you do something, your company set up, okay, I want to achieve $1,000 profit. And how do you achieve? The measuring come in, and if there's a deviation, your corrective action come in. Okay. The same. Okay. Control must reflect the nature and the need of activity, of course. Okay. Deviation must be reported and control must be forward-looking. Any deviation chain, you must correct it and forward-looking. Okay. Control should point out exception at the critical point. Control should be objective. I mean, it's very clear what you want to achieve. Okay. Control should be flexible. Okay. As long the target is achieved. Okay. You don't be so flexible until the target cannot achieve. No. Okay. Control should reflect the organization pattern. Control should be economical. Control should be understandable. Control should lead to corrective action. Right. What is power? Everyone wants power, right? Like the Prime Minister, Modi, he have a lot of power, right? So power is an interpersonal, intergroup, department, all this. Okay, people begin to respect you. Once you have power, people are scared of you, respect you, okay, follow your instruction. And this is, they have the authority over many things. Okay, so like Singapore, the same, right? So power is the ability of one person or group to secure compliances from another person or group. Okay, this is what happened in Singapore politics, in India politics. Okay, Prime Minister had the power of everything. Okay, all right. So there are two types of power: authoritative and leadership. Okay, authority is the right to see compliance. Leadership ability of an individual to exercise influence over and above the required mechanical compliance. That means to say, whatever you do, you already have the authority. Leadership is you are given the authority plus the ability to convince people, the cultural perspective. You may have all these things, right? Oh. Okay, 6 bases of power: reward, okay, cohesive, legitimate, referral, and expert power, and charismatic power. This is all related to leadership also, right? So here you indicate the power. Okay, this one I leave it to your homework. Assignment 3, okay. This is where next tomorrow I will send to all of you. Again, you got work to do. Okay. Any question? Any question?
No, sir.
Oh, all very quiet.
No, sir.
Are you confused? I worry. Oh. So you try to do these 5 questions. Okay, I will modify a bit. I will give to Nisma, then he will send to you. So the assignment for yesterday, the management paper, I have read through. So what is my comment? I never write. I just explain to you, right? So far on this management and principle and practices, okay, all of you, in terms of marking, I would say that generally managed to score up to 70 or 80%. Some of you may score around 40%. So there is a very different way of writing. Okay. Some may write, as an example, write very direct question, very direct answer, and no deliberation. That means to say, never explain further than that. Okay. Some are too descriptive, but not relevant to what the question asks. You see. So you must try to focus on what you write, relate to the question asked. Don't write something that is not in the question. Of course, if you do this, the mark will be not given, right? Okay. Some of them, even you write in paper, your handwriting is very presentable. I appreciate that. Some of them I cannot really, hardly to read. Oh, okay. Oh. Then most of the question, the answer you give me so-called various type of organization structure. I don't want this type. I say you create one and explain the organization structure of its function, the person that in the organization, what he should do. Like for example, the manager, the engineer, all this, you should describe a little bit. Let's say you relate to construction industry or you relate to restaurant industry. So you say that, okay, restaurant manager should in charge of what? The ordering of raw materials, supervise the people, all these things. But all of you never write this kind of thing to me. You just write a generic way of writing, a type of organization structure. That's all. That should not be the way. Okay, that means to say the answer written by you, or if it's not related to the question asked. So if you have this case, okay, not related to the question asked, then all of you fail. All right. Just to let you know. All right. And also, you never write something about effectiveness and efficiency of your organization. Let's say you work let's say you run an organization for food industry. You miss out a lot of points. So please be more focused on the question and write appropriately as to the question. Okay? Don't just write because Mr. Tay asked you to do, I have to do. Don't have that type of thinking. Okay? You have grown up already. You must be very focused because once you start working, the company will not allow this kind of mistake to be made by you. Okay? Take note. Any question? That's my overall comment of the paper. Okay. So far, I received only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people only submit to me out of 20 of you. Oh. So the 12 person will get the mark. Okay. The remaining will get 0 mark added to your final mark. Take note of that. Okay, you don't do, I don't mark, that means you got 0. Your name will be submitted to the Nanyang school to calculate the total mark when you do your final exam. Okay, take note. Any question?
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay. So the next paper, don't disappoint me. Okay. I will show you the example. Let me stop the sharing first. Okay. Can you see the question? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Can you see now? Hello, can you see the question? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For this question, the question on critical path analysis will be on the next topic, the project tools and technique. Right. Today we will talk about project cost. The question asked here is like very simple. You are a project manager. Your boss asks you to explain to him the approach toward a project success criteria. Right. You want a project to be success. So how are you going to tell him the the criteria that lead you to achieve the goal that you want or your company want. Okay. Second question, in a construction or facility management environment, suggest way for your project manager on an item that can improve and also step to implement the sustainability program in your work site. Okay. In the teaching slide, there is so many items there you can see on it and do some research and write a proper one, please. Number 3, you are a quality assurance engineer in a construction work site. Suggest to your quality manager the way to implement, right, quality assurance procedure. How are you going to do it? Okay. First thing, how are you going to do it? First thing is your material. How are you going to control the material within spec? That means on arrival, you take the technical spec from the procurement, you check the technical spec on the piece of material and confirm that everything is okay. This is one procedure assurance. When finished construction, together with the QS, you have to go site to check and inspect and write a report on that inspection. And the follow-up will be done by the project engineer, for example. Okay, you can write in, not in construction, you can write in whatever experience you have. You stipulate, for example, you want to do facility worksite, you can write that also. Up to you. You can write mechanical and electrical maintenance as well. Okay. Very clear. Huh? So this one I will give to Kala or Misma. Then he will circulate to you. Okay, by today I will give it to her. Okay, after lesson over. Okay. Any more question? Sorry, I'm a bit cough and sore throat. My talking also very tough.
No questions, sir.
Okay, no questions. No question, then I shall end the meeting. Sorry, I need a break.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No. So finish. Goodbye.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye. See you guys tomorrow. Hey, tomorrow
Yes,
you
sir.
stay at the classroom. Spend your 3 hours doing the assignment. Okay?
Bye, sir. See you later.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Then
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thursday I will see you again. Okay? Bye.
Okay.